Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. Today we are looking at this is a YouTube short from Rebecca Barrett. I think she raised an interesting point here about RP content. Uh, for background information, she is married. She does have a child. So let's go ahead and get started.
You have the discipline, if you have the means of becoming successful and ambitious and being a business leader and a leader amongst men, why can't you implement that discipline when it comes to women, when it comes to who you're having sex with? That's where a lot of these red pill manosphere talking points fall apart for me. How can you be disciplined in all aspects of your life except your relationships, except your marriage or, your long-term relationships? If you have the discipline, if you have the means
It's a great
of
question.
becoming successful and ambitious and being a business leader and a leader amongst men, why can't you implement that discipline when it comes to women, when it comes to who you're having sex with? That's where
Yeah, I think we get the point here. It's a great question. The answer is because they don't want to. Their goal was to not have. Their goal was a bunch of women to have sex with a bunch of women. When you start breaking it down, it seems rather childish. It does. But the reality is that again, you know, these particular men that she's talking about, these Kevin Samuels called them fake high value men. I just call them rich men. That's what their goal was. Their goal was never to have relationships with women. Most of them don't see women as being valuable. They don't. That's why they don't want to get married. All they're looking to do is have sexual relationships with a lot of women. I don't have. Do I have a problem with that? No, because there are women out there who want to do that. The problem comes in is when these same men will start shaming these women for the lifestyles that they lead, and it's like, well, wait a minute. The rich men that are so called playboys, and then they say, well, we don't want women with high body counts. But you're not marrying these women. Why is that important? It's not. Bro, take your turn with the 304s that follow you around, and that's your life. Stop trying to attract all the women that you saying that you want women with low body counts, but you're not looking for a wife though. So somebody would have potentially married that woman, and a lot of times they're approaching you because they want to get married. But you're saying that you're not going to be married. Okay, well, leave those women alone then. That doesn't make sense. Now, I think that it's hard to have this conversation, given that with men, the RP content is so popular, but I agree with her that a lot of those talking points they start to fall apart the minute you start talking about having kids and building a legacy through marriage and family. Because that's the easiest way to build a legacy outside of your own lifetime. If you're not interested in that, then yeah, okay, that lifestyle that that the manosphere talks about, that makes sense. But like I said, those talking points start to fall apart the minute you talking about start talking about you want to have kids, because a lot of that stuff was not considered in the conversation. And if you look at the men that are pushing that stuff, how many of them are actually trying to have how many of them are planning to have children in their lives? Most of it is older men who already have their kids in a relationship that did not work out with the child's mom, or they just don't want kids, period. If that's the case, I get it. You go ahead and follow them because they have the results that you're looking for. But for most of you young guys that are out there, and if you ever considering, having a family, yeah, you got to be careful with what you're watching. The content creators that you're watching, are they living the results that you're talking about? I just got through with a video. I don't know if it may or may not be up yet, but there was a young woman. Shout out to her, Tanisha Talks, when she starts breaking down about the type of dating content out there and saying that it sucks. I agree. Dating is dumb, especially if you, because I'm marriage minded and I have been for a very long time. I'm pro marriage. So for me, dating is a waste of time. So a lot of these dating coaches out here and stuff like that, I watch that content every now and then because it's I'm trying to keep up with what's out there. But for the most part, you need to go with people who I would say you need to focus in on the people who are having to talk about the results that you're looking to have. Again, if you want to be a playboy and have lots of random women, that's your choice. Then you know who to follow. If not, then those that's going. If you're trying to get married, at some point um, those two lifestyles are going to clash. They don't mix. So, I think this is a great topic, though. I think she raised a valid point. We're not going to spend too much time here because this is just a YouTube short. But the answer to her question is that because they don't want to. That's why they spent the majority of their life building themselves up, making a whole lot of money. There's not a lot of time in there to develop relationship skills. That's why most of these guys out here they don't want relationships, and that's their choice. So you have to watch out for them. But again, we as men can spot those guys pretty easily. So the question then becomes is who's vetting these guys for you? Because against popular opinion, a lot of these guys call themselves high value, but they're not because high value is more than just about making money. You still, Kevin Samuels, you guys go check him out if you're looking for those 6 categories. But for whatever reason, everybody forgets about the last 4 qualities. It's 10 points to a high value man. And I don't talk about this a lot, but the reason why I'm talking about it now is because the last 4 points apply to average men, right? The dime, self-discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. I don't know why, but you're not gonna tell me that you're running high in all those categories, but you still out here sleeping with multiple women. The two don't go together. It is what it is. But guys, great conversation. I thought this was interesting. I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace.